Jana Diebel was a fit and active student in the UK until an accident left him dependent on a wheelchair. The difficulties of moving around reminded him of a man he'd known once in Kenya many years before.
While I was growing up in Kenya, I met this disabled chap called Letu, and seeing him crawl around, it had a huge impact on me. But I didn't really begin to understand what it's like to live with disability until I was at university years later, and I broke my leg and I was confined to a wheelchair for 3 months. And I went from being this incredibly independent person to someone who needed my flatmates to put my socks on.
Letu is a Samburu tribesman disabled by polio. Jana realized how hard it must have been for him to navigate Kenya's uneven roads.
SafariSeat is a wheelchair designed for people in developing countries. And what makes it unique is firstly the fact that it's made from local materials and bike parts, which means that anyone will be able to fix it. Secondly, that it's incredibly good off-road. It has a mechanism which mimics car suspension, meaning that all wheels remain on the ground for maximum stability.
Jana plans to make SafariSeat's blueprints open source, so the new-look wheelchair can help as many people as possible.
So open source means that the designs will be totally free. Anyone in the world will be able to take the plans and build SafariSeats for people in their community, both helping people with disabilities and creating jobs for local people.
A campaign on Kickstarter, the world's largest funding platform for creative projects, raised more than $115,000 for SafariSeat. 70% of that has gone towards the development and manufacture of the wheelchairs and the open source toolkit.
We're raising funds on Kickstarter to do two things. The first is to make as many SafariSeats as possible. And the second is to translate the blueprints into an easy-to-understand manual that will use diagrams to transcend language barriers, meaning that anyone will be able to build it, no matter where they live, no matter what language they speak.
The additional money means the team can set up more workshops in Kenya and expand into Uganda and Tanzania before taking SafariSeat worldwide. Uche Okoronkwo, CCTV.